The year is 1836. General Santa Anna and his army are camping on the plains of the San Jacinto. General Sam Houston stands watch over a hill, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Santa Anna's attention is focused not on Sam Houston and his army, not on planning new battles to come, but on a single woman of mixed race. The woman has General Santa Anna distracted in a way a woman might distract a man. With General Santa Anna's attention in other things at the time, Sam Houston saw his moment and swept into action. He mounted his horse, rallied his men, and chanted, "Remember the Alamo, remember Goliad," as he charged forward, leading his men into battle and cutting through the Mexican army like a hot knife through butter. The battle lasted a measly 18 minutes and the Mexican army surrendered. But who was this woman? Well, her name was Emily D. West, and according to this legend, we owe her Texas independence. In the annals of Texas history, there lies a tale often overlooked, a story of bravery, sacrifice, and the unbreakable spirit of a young woman named Emily West. Born into a world of prejudice and servitude, Emily's journey would lead her to the heart of the Texas Revolution, where her actions would forever change the course of a nation. This is the untold story of the Yellow Rose of Texas, a woman whose courage and quick wit helped shape the destiny of a land yearning for freedom. Our story begins in the bustling streets of New York City in the year 1835, where a wealthy Philadelphian entrepreneur named James Morgan was searching for workers to join him in the promising land of Texas. Among the eager faces in the crowd, one stood out. A striking young mulatto woman with eyes that sparkled like diamonds. Her name was Emily West, and little did she know that her decision to volunteer as an indentured servant would set her on a path to legend. As Emily boarded the ship bound for Texas, her mind raced with the thoughts of the unknown. She knew that the journey ahead would be arduous, but the promise of a new life, free from the shackles of prejudice, was a siren's call that she could not resist. Months later, under the scorching Texas sun, Emily found herself at the heart of Morgan's settlement, New Washington. The once sleepy town had become a bustling hub of activity as the winds of the Revolution swept across the land. General Sam Houston, the leader of the Texas rebels, relied on New Washington for vital supplies, and it was Emily's task to ensure that flatboats were loaded and ready to support the cause. New Washington was strategically located near the mouth of the San Jacinto. He freely gave his famous oranges, various grains, and fattened cattle to Houston's men. As the Mexican army, led by the notorious General Santa Anna, approached the town, an eerie stillness fell upon New Washington. The inhabitants fled, seeking safety from the impending storm, but Emily, her heart filled with a fierce loyalty to the land she now called home, remained at her post. Some believe that Sam Houston commanded her to stay at her post so that she could be captured by General Santa Anna, basically using her as bait. When Santa Anna laid eyes upon Emily, he was immediately captivated by her grace and beauty. The general, known for his love of women, saw in Emily a prize to be won. He captured her, along with a young boy named Turner, and set about establishing an encampment on the plains of the San Jacinto, despite protests from his most seasoned colonels. But Emily, ever resourceful and quick-witted, saw an opportunity amidst the chaos. With honeyed words and a coy smile, she convinced young Turner to escape and warn General Sam Houston of General Santa Anna's location. As the boy slipped away into the night, Emily steeled herself for the role that she must now play, the distraction that would buy Sam Houston the time that he needed to mount a surprise attack. As dawn broke on April 21st, Emily prepared a sumptuous champagne breakfast for the unsuspecting General Santa Anna. Santa Anna, enthralled by her charm and beauty, let his guard down, never suspecting that every moment with Emily brought his enemies one step closer. After General Santa Anna had finished his breakfast, Emily distracted him in, other ways. From his perch in a nearby tree, General Houston caught a glimpse of the unfolding scene and whispered a prayer, hoping that the brave young woman would keep Santa Anna occupied until the time was right. However, it was not a very good prayer. He is famously remarked as saying, "I hope that slave girl makes him neglect his business and keeps him in bed all day." The hours ticked by, each moment fraught with tension as Emily played her dangerous game. She laughed at Santa Anna's jokes, refilled his glass with the finest champagne, and allowing his wandering hands to roam all over her body, all the while keeping a watchful eye on the horizon. And as the sun began to set, the sound of cannon fire erupted and shattered the tranquil night. The Battle of the San Jacinto had just begun, and the Mexican army, caught utterly unaware, scrambled to mount a defense. In the chaos, Santa Anna, his silk shirt open and his trousers hastily donned, attempted to flee, disguising himself as a lowly private. But it was too late. Houston's men, fueled by the fire of freedom and knowledge of Emily's sacrifice, overwhelmed the enemy's ranks. And General Santa Anna was literally caught with his pants down. As the smoke cleared and the cries of victory filled the air, Emily emerged from the carnage, her spirit unbroken and her mission complete. She had risked everything for the cause of Texas independence, and her bravery would not go unnoticed. James Morgan, upon learning of Emily's heroism, was so moved that he immediately repealed her indenture and granted her a passport back to New York. But Emily's story did not end there. It lived on in the hearts and the minds of all of those who heard the tale of the Yellow Rose of Texas, the woman who had sacrificed so much for the dream of freedom. Today we remember Emily West not as a servant or a slave, but as a hero, a shining example of the indomitable human spirit. Her legacy endures in the ballads and the legends of Texas, a testament to the power of one woman's courage to change the world. So let's all raise a glass to Emily West, the Yellow Rose of Texas, and let her story inspire all of us to fight for what we believe in, no matter the odds.